Morning, and we've undertaken on the show to catch up with people who have made a mark in their various industries, people who have started up businesses, people who are piloting new developments. I think it's worth celebrating just the inroads the local entrepreneurs have ended up making, and it's led us this morning to the door of Christynn and Nigel Jacobs. Now, she is a food technologist, a business partner, and a husband has a marketing background. His name is Nigel. They own a level 1 triple BBBEE black female youth-owned jam factory. I mean, just like, talk to me about just how all of that is a thing. I've got Nigel who's joining us, and we'll catch up with Christynn in a moment. But first, Nigel, who is joining us not only live on radio, but also live on Facebook. Morning, sir.
Good morning, Aden. How are you today?
I am fabulous. Absolutely no complaints. We've had dealings in the past, and at that point, you guys were piloting. I think it was a cola at that stage. I mean, so there's always been an involvement in sort of food, beverages, packaging of things. It's kind of moved on from there, right?
Wow, Aden, I'm very amazed at your memory. I mean, that was more than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But to give you the brief summary, and also I'm a man singing about a woman this morning because this is tending to our 2-year-old boy.
Oh, man.
Make it sorry for that. And it's really tough because we've got a 3-year-old business and a 2-year-old boy. So, we have to juggle the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But let me get back to our business. So we've always been working in the corporate environment. We studied hard, we climbed the ladder, and we worked for the big food producing companies in South Africa. Now, in 2010, I think we left our corporate life and we joined an entrepreneurial family.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, that business failed. And we were in that business for almost 2 years. But what we learned there was all the pitfalls and the mistakes to look out for, and all the things that you need to be aware of when you start your own business. So let's say the business failed after 2 years. Then we went back into corporate lives and we started climbing the ladder again. We were in corporate for around 7 years after that. And we can almost say we climbed it right to the top. When we got to the top, we decided to jump off and sacrifice everything and start our own business again. So that's a story of how we ended up in the jam producing business.
And Nigel, I mean, here's the key thing: you owned the failure because failure is part of the journey. We speak on this show, on this platform. We speak to so many business owners who readily admit, I failed the first time, I failed the second time, but that's not the thing that puts you off. You might delay, I suppose, just how it is that you end up where you need to be, but still, I mean, that spirit is there to succeed, to achieve, to build.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the failure, we would not have seen the success that we have today, because it's like around every corner we have an answer. With every problem, we have a mitigating factor. And it's all through the learnings of being in corporate, being in a failed entrepreneurial environment, and then going back into corporate. And so we're happy about the failures. And we also want to encourage the upcoming and the new entrepreneurs that it is possible.
Mhm.
We started our journey 3 years ago with nothing, just experience, education, no personal money, no family money, and a business plan. And we knocked on probably 20 different doors of developmental financial institutions, state entities, commercial banks. And I promise you, 99% of them told us no. They're not going to fund us because we don't have our own money, our own skin in the game. But we've got this brilliant concept and we've got all the corporate experience and expertise that we need to start the business. And we've been doing this for big companies, but nobody wanted to give us the time of day. And then eventually, after 2 years of looking for finance, we finally got our loan, and then we started our production.
All right. So it's called Jacobs Jam. I mean, what's it like seeing a product with your name on it on the shop shelf? I'm secretly harboring a dream of like a pie with my name on it, like an Aden Thomas pie. So I've got some powerful lessons to learn from you and Christynn, Nigel.
Yeah, I think the easiest way to say it is we are so passionate about it. We love it so much that we put our name on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fab. And talk to me about how this business of yours is mushroomed, because I mean, over and above just earning a living for you and the wife, it's about providing development opportunities. It's also about providing for families in the form of the people who work for you. You know, you've created jobs in a very distressed part of the economy.
Yeah, thanks, Aden. Yeah. So we are based in Ceres, and our careers took us to Ceres about 8 years ago. So we worked for the big manufacturing factories in Ceres.
Yeah.
We bought a house and we established ourselves here. And what we realized is most people that work in the factories in Ceres, they start out as a fruit packer, and 30 years later, they are still a fruit packer when they retire. And we said, we're not going to be part of that. We're going to start a business and we're going to empower people. So we've got a mandate in our factory. We employ mostly youth and mostly female. So we're around 70% female youth and 30% my age, slightly older. But what we want to do is when you start out, you start right at the bottom. But then it's up to you to see where you end off in this new company, because our company is going to be as big as the big food companies. So you've got a blank canvas. You can write your career starting at the bottom and then ending off wherever you want. But it's up to the worker. It's not up to us.
Mm-hmm. And I'd imagine it's going to be very difficult for you to get product on shelves and to get the product at visible height. Sometimes they'll stick you in a faraway corner, sort of at the back of the fridge, if that's where it's going to be kept, or on a shelf. It's often what burgeoning entrepreneurs say. Listen, we've got an amazing product, we've got an amazing concept, but when it comes to retail space, the giants kind of monopolize. They dominate not only the supply chain, but they also dominate the supermarket provision chain. How did you break that?
Well, Aiden, we often say that we've done the impossible, and every day we seem to be doing the impossible continuously. So it's all about our way of life. We are street smart. I grew up in Mitchell's Plain, Christynn grew up in Houston, and we really had to fight our way from the bottom to get to where we are today. And we take that same type of thinking to our product. And then one thing that's really important for us is our packaging stands out. It's white, it's sterile, it's clean, it's plastic, and it's reusable, recyclable, and convenient. So the old jam tins, you had to open the tin with a tin opener, cut yourself, then get a plaster, close your wound, and then once you have to decant it into a Tupperware, then you can spread, then it into the fridge. Our jam, you open the tub, you start spreading, and you put it immediately in the fridge. Very convenient. And when you're done using it, you can put your coffee, your tea, or your sugar. It really becomes your Tupperware. I mean, our pantry is full of our old packaging for all types of food and items that we store in the fridge. But that's what makes us unique, and it stands out, and it gives us the ability to get proper visibility in the stores and on the shelves. I think we're the first people to have successfully jammed pomegranate. It's never been done before, and it happened by accident. So we've got a pomegranate jam, and everyone is talking about it. It's on all the shelves, and it's really unique and it's exciting. And by the way, it happened by accident. We ran out of apricots when Christynn was jamming, and we only had pomegranate, and she said she's going to give it a go. And you know what? It worked. We have pomegranate jam.
Lovely. All right. And so where can people buy this product? I mean, I'm just looking at some of the comments coming through on our live feed. Micheal Pekeur saying, well done, Nigel and Christynn. You're an amazing inspiration to many. Keep on being awesome. I mean, it's just there are loads. Kathy Kershoff, awesome. Congrats. Well done. So where can people get the product? I suppose that's number one. But what's the plan going forward? Because being on store shelves is sort of mission accomplished. But that's not the vision, I'd imagine. You're looking to get bigger and better, maybe even to export. So where can people buy the product firstly? Let's start there.
So Aiden, just a question to you and to Julian. Good morning, Julian. Have you tasted the jam before?
No, but I'm like, I want to know where I must go after 9 o'clock because I want this jam. I want it
Okay,
for
so
the
I'm gonna
Tupperware
let
part of
Don
it as
quickly
well.
Don, your producer, because I handed him some samples a few weeks ago. Looks like
Yeah,
Don took it
No,
himself.
he keeps it for himself, yeah. But we
Well,
this
we
is
understand
how.
you buy your jam. We want to support your business.
thank
Ah,
thank you, Julian. So here's what you can do to get us to the next level,
mm,
and it's a practical way that you can help us. So Aiden and Julian, would
Mm.
you please like our Facebook page and our Instagram page? If
Of
people see that Aiden and Julian likes our page, then they're also going to start liking us.
That's laat
um
die Micheal explain dear.
no
Yes,
Smokkel
no
en
no
yes.
no
smok.
no. But I have to be honest with you first. I first want to taste the jam.
Mm,
Okay.
I'm not just because you asked me to like it, gonna like it. I want to taste the jam. I love packaging, and when you said that you wanted to stand out with packaging, and I saw some images of it now, and it does stand out, and I love that already. So now I just want to taste the jam first, and then
mm.
I'm gonna share it, and if I like it, I'm
Okay.
gonna tell everyone about it. I'm so excited for you guys.
So, so we started our production in November 2020. So we're around 7 months in production, and currently we're available at more than 300 stores in the Western Cape,
Mm-hmm.
mostly Spar stores, Spar supermarkets. All of the first fabric winkels, the first
Mm-hmm.
fabric market stores, and also Giant Hyper
Okay.
in Cape Gate. So that's what we've done in 6 or 7 months. We've retailed now at 300 stores, and we're also exporting already. Aiden,
Oh
you
wow.
mentioned we want to export. We in our first 6 months we became an exporter, and we're exporting jam to Zambia.
All right.
So
Okay.
the big picture is that we want to start a food group of companies. So basically, different types of products that has fruit as a key raw material ingredient. So next up for us is fruit juices, sauces, and a whole list of other products that has fruit as a key ingredient. And I'm going to give away a little bit of a scoop now, um, and Chris is going to twist my arm, but we will be making bompies as well. Bompies for summer.
No, Austin and Mitchell's played. You kind of know the market, right? Bombies, yeah. No, when all else
So,
fails, make bombies. No.
so we're working on our world-class cutting-edge guava bompies and apple
Mm,
bompies that will be available for summer.
love it. Listen, I mean, we've spent a bit of time chatting with you, but it serves as just awesome inspiration. I mean, where you come from, how you'd failed, how you'd managed to turn that failure after many years into incredible success. I mean, it's something that the two of you should really hold your heads up high as a result of it. It serves as just incredible inspiration. I'm looking at some of the comments coming through on the WhatsApp line. It's what people need to hear. They need to hear that, you know what, if I take a chance, I can succeed, even though maybe failure is my first achievement. Well, that's part of what you need on that path to success, eh, Jules?
Yeah, I mean, congratulations, guys. I'm so proud of you. And we met once, and we don't have to discuss where and what, but I've actually met you, Nigel. I just wanted to ask you, and it was probably about 10 years ago. And I wanted to ask you just before you go, because I will always remember you as I've never seen a man in a more perfectly fitted suit. I've seen many, many suits in my life,
Mhm.
but I've never seen a man so perfectly fitting into his suit.
Wow.
Do you still fit so perfectly into your suits?
I think, thank you for that observation, Julian. I really take pride in my suits, and now with COVID and the pandemic, I wear a perfectly fitted tracksuit as well.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you. I still like to wear my suits, and unfortunately, for the last 2 years, there hasn't been any suit wearing.
Mm.
Um,
In fact,
the,
Nigel is about 4 sizes smaller than me, and I managed to fit into his perfectly fitting jacket. So almost a one size fits all. It gives you some idea of just where that party went that night that I put myself into a thin man's clothing. But Nigel, listen, to you and Christynn, well done. I mean, it's a massive, massive well done. I think the two of you, serve as a shining light for everybody who's ever wanted to start up something. This is the inspiration they needed. Thanks so much for chatting to us this morning. All right.
last thing, please, from my
Yes.
side, if I can.
Mm.
The only thing that we need now to push us over to further success is we need people to support us to buy our products. So if we
Yes.
can ask all the listeners, if you see our jam on the shelf, and even if it's 1 rand or 50 cents more expensive, rather pay that, get a quality jam, and invest in young people that's investing in further young people. So please support
Mm.
us. 2 scoops. The one is we will be in Pick and Pay by the middle of next month. That is something that we've been working on for 2 years. And by the middle of next month, we should be in all the Pick and Pay stores. That is it's an amazing achievement, and we're literally days away from getting that done. And the last scoop is that we've just signed a multi-million rand deal with Boland Cricket. So we're going to be, Jacobs Jam Company is going to be a headline sponsor of all formats and all teams for Boland Cricket. And that includes the Paul Rocks franchise that plays in the Mzansi League,
Sure.
where all the cricketers come down to all over South Africa. And it's a globally funded competition. And this was done with a CSI initiative with Boland Cricket. So they've partnered with us. They've given us significant support, and now this small little jam company based in the Boland in Ceres is now going to be featured on the world stage, on kit, on stadium, lots of exposure, lots of advertising, and that's part of CSI. And you can see that big corporates also do support small businesses.
Love it. Okay, so nobody's buying fish paste anymore. Nobody's buying sandwich spread. Lossy peanut butter, Koopnet, Jacobs jam. Klar. That's the story. Nigel, top class. Thanks so much for chatting to us this morning. All right.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Goodbye, Julian.
All right.
Cheers.
I love that story. Absolutely love it. Listen, if you know of something similar, flag it with us. We'd love to showcase achievement, success. We'd love to showcase that entrepreneurial spirit that is coming out of the Western Cape.
In your news headlines this